Yeah, my name is Elliot Fine. I am pretty much on the trail that's in question right now, the access. I'm right behind the trail from Hapu Bay to Kapanaya Bay, and that has worked out really nice for the community. And this would extend that, would extend it down to the lighthouse. So it just gives more access to local people, and they have my support. And I've been on that trail many times as well. We try to maintain it. So that's what I have to say.
Thank you for your testimony.
Resolution 662-18 accepts a grant of pedestrian public access easements identified as tax map keys 53007-010 portion and 53007-041 portion situated at Halawa, Papa'a, and Napapa, a district of North Kohala, Island and County of Hawaii, State of Hawaii from Vapsana, Hawaii, a Hawaii nonprofit corporation, and Inhabit LLC, a Delaware limited liability company. The granting of pedestrian public access easements is a result of a settlement agreement between the county and Shruti Kohala Corporation entered into on April 4, 2002. Reference Communication 1033, introduced by Ms. David by request, postponed September 4, 2018. There is a motion by Ms. Poindexter, seconded by Ms. Leloy, to recommend adoption of Resolution 662-18.
Thank you very much. I notice we have Mr. Ye in the audience. Would you come forward, Mr. Ye?
Appreciate
So
it.
could you please give us a summary of that?
Sure. After the last meeting, I did have contact with Tony Withington, who is part of the North Kohala Community Access Group. Got an email from her at least a day or two ago indicating support. Haven't heard any objections. I was actually anticipating more testimony in support of this particular access proposal, but I haven't heard anything contrary to that. And so, and I know Councilman Richards was absent. You wanted to get his input, and from what I understand, things seem to be a go at this point. And it is a really beautiful trail, I have to acknowledge. And I guess one of the things that I was talking to Bethany when we were at a break is, you know, most landowners, they like to push accesses way out to the cliff edge, but if you take a look at the map that we provided, it's actually significantly inland, so it really provides a really safe location for pedestrians. It even anticipates climate change and possible erosion. I don't think we're going to need to touch this thing for decades, probably. So, and the final thing is on the Halawa Gulch side, there had been some concerns by Ms. Withington the last time, which I think have been allayed now. And basically what happens on the lava side, or the Hilo direction, is as you go into the gulch, it's pretty steep, and as you come out of the gulch, it's pretty steep. So what we did is, you'll see a little bit of a irregular line on that side, and what that does, it crosses those slopes at a diagonal way so that you can cross diagonally, get down into the valley, come back up again on a less steep slope, so safer for everybody. So having said that, unless there's any questions, I'm done.
Thank you so much for
Thank
that. And then since Mr. Richards was not here, I would like, yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Richards.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks, Chair, and thanks, Mr. Ye, for being before us. I did speak to Tony Withington. I was in North Kohala. Days blend together. It was first part of last week or latter part of last week, and she said she wouldn't be available for testimony.
Okay.
But being in council the last couple of years, this is all fitting in line with the direction of what that whole coastline is, and the access and the trails and all that fitting in line. If you go back and look at the document, I think it's 2002 when this was first started to come forth.
Correct.
And so you know, we're looking at 16 years to trying to get this thing perfected, which doesn't measure up to the other thing I worked on that was 50 years trying to get perfected. So the point is, we're finally getting the inertia out of some of this stuff and getting it addressed. Tony Withington is very supportive of this. That's what she said to me. And it makes sense for the community, it makes sense for the coastline, makes sense. So everything is in line. I appreciate, Mr. Ye, your testimony on that. Very supportive of this going forward.
Thank you, Mr. Ye. All those in favor of approving Resolution 662-18, please say aye. Any opposed? We have 8 ayes and 1 absent.